Good Friday morning. I thought I would mention that it's Friday morning because with so many of us out of our normal routine and working from home, we've lost track of which day it is. Well, we're heading into the weekend, the first weekend of the new month, and it looks promising. Before we get to our weekend forecast, I want to touch on something that I'm hearing a lot about, the wind. The wind has been in the forecast for a few days now. It's wrapping around that powerful storm. Talking about the storm, people on social media are wondering where the wind is coming from and if it's a hurricane. Well, this is not a hurricane. We mentioned yesterday how it's an extratropical storm. An extratropical storm is a winter storm and it forms outside the tropics. Tropical storms, hurricanes, they get their energy and their beginning, their birth in the tropics. Now it gathers its energy from the jet stream. That's very different from a hurricane. A hurricane's formation is inhibited by the energy from a jet stream. But in this case, a winter storm, an extratropical storm, gets its energy from the jet stream. And if you go high above the clouds and look down on this system, it looks like a giant apostrophe. So it's an extratropical cyclone. It's been spiraling off the eastern seaboard since Monday. It's finally showing signs of weakening and moving out. Let's have a look. This is a satellite image that was taken at about 10 o'clock Thursday morning. There's your giant apostrophe, if you will. It's since broken down a little bit. That means that it's weakening. That's very good news. That also means that it's on its way out. It's sinking south and southwestward. That's going to pull the heavier cloud, the moisture, and the powerful wind gradient off the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia through the afternoon and evening, and conditions will improve as we get into the weekend. Here's the center of area of low pressure. If you recall, this time yesterday it was off the southwest corner of Nova Scotia. So it's rotating back and it will continue to drop southward and finally pull away over the next 24 hours or so. Nice tightly wound counterclockwise circulation. That's the reason for the east wind. Tight pressure gradient with a strong high over Baffin Island, feeding cold air down into the system and the moisture coming in from the low, combining to give us those waves of rain and that very raw, icy feel. If your wind is coming in off the water, if you live along an east-facing coastline, it is not that terribly comfortable. Another name for the extratropical cyclone is a mid-latitude cyclone. That's what we're dealing with right now, and it should push out over the next 12 to 18 hours. I thought I'd move out of the way and show you this high-pressure system. It's going to be building in for the weekend. It'll bring partial clearing and then a beautiful day on Sunday ahead of a little bit of messy weather after that. It is all about the wind. As you move away from this offshore low, the wind is not quite as significant. Edmundston, still out of the northeast, gusting to about 30. A good gust in Bathurst, and that wind is coming in off the water, so it's an icy breeze. Gusting close to 50 for many of us, 70 kilometer per hour gust off Sable Island, and pretty blustery in Greenwood as well. This wind will show signs of diminishing again as that low weakens and pulls away. Significant wind again north to northeasterly for you in Newfoundland. The wind is lighter in Labrador with again more distance between the energy from that low pressure system and yourself. So there are wind warnings in place. The Wreck House wind warning has been lifted for you in Newfoundland. We have a sweat wind warning for the next 6 or so hours, gusting to 120 kilometers per hour, and the northeast wind gusting 60 to 90 along the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia. That will continue until the early part of the afternoon. After that, we'll see gusts to 50 well into the evening, and then diminishing further through the day tomorrow. Here's a look at the moisture. Not a great deal of precipitation in Newfoundland. A little bit of onshore a little earlier this morning, some drizzle in places, a little band of showers rotating around that system through central portions of Nova Scotia. Pretty fair through northern New Brunswick. Some of the heavier rain now pushing off to Cape Cod, and that will continue to be the case as the system weakens and drops to the south and southwest. So if you are heading out, there is a little bit of moisture to deal with, and that wind is making it quite uncomfortable. Things will improve, though, for the weekend. Here's a look at your timeline. And if you were watching a few days ago, things have not changed very much. We still had that very stagnant situation because of the large, powerful storm system off the eastern seaboard. Watch over the next 12 hours or so as that line of rain pulls off the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia. The contour lines spread out a little bit. That means diminishing winds. By tomorrow morning, some nice sunny periods in northern New Brunswick, clearing skies across PEI. The cloud will linger a little while longer for us in Nova Scotia. Pretty heavy cloud cover until midday or so. Few sunny periods in the southwest regions of Newfoundland, but the cloud will be slow to clear. By Sunday, things look a lot nicer for everyone. Light wind that will start to come around to the southwest. Still some cloud cover for you in Newfoundland, but afternoon sunny periods are likely. And the next little system to move in will come in Sunday night to Monday, and it's a little line of energy that's pushing in from the west. There may be 1 to 3 centimeters of snow on that one. It's not a big system. It's moving through quickly. No stalling this time around. The next one after that, Wednesday to Thursday, could bring us 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. We'll deal with that one this afternoon. In the meantime, enjoy your Friday morning.